Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about one of the serious things I'm seeing at the moment about why you may be getting no inquiries. And this is off the back of multiple conversations this week with a lot of good coaches who are doing everything right, quote unquote. They are putting out top of funnel content, they're getting more followers to their page, they're increasing their follower number, it's showing who they are within their opinions, their business sense. They're showing authority within the content. They're talking about client problems. They understand who their niche is. They're showing social proof. They're showing that they can get results with people like their dream client. They're doing pain points. They're doing CTAs. And yet, despite that, they're not getting any inquiries. And they're missing a massive piece of the puzzle. And I see this a lot with bodybuilding coaches or anyone that's fixated on being a good coach, which is something I absolutely advocate, by the way. But it does leave a big mistake, and that is not focusing on personal brand. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, if this sort of content is something that you like, talking about the inside of a business, how to be a good coach, how to build your business from someone who's actually done that multiple times, multiple businesses with education business, coaching business, and teaching you guys how to avoid the mistakes that I made and to do it yourself in an ethical way, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to the podcast, if you're listening there, if you're listening to the YouTube, if you're listening there. It would mean a lot to me. It's something I put a lot of time into, trying to give out information, help you guys. So if you can support the channel, it would mean the world. So go and click the subscribe button and we'll carry on. So personal brand. Personal brand is just a simple way of saying you're the same person online as offline. And it comes quite difficult to a lot of evidence-based people because we like to think about just the business, just how I'm going to help people, just giving out information. We don't necessarily think about us as an individual. But let's go back to the old adage of people buy off people. You're only going to really buy off people that you trust, you like, you know, and then you end up following down with the education, the authority, and then buying into them. And we tend to think in a very logical manner. We think in a really logical manner where we just want the information, we just want to help people. And it becomes this thing of like not really wanting to show ourselves. But that's a detriment to your business. And it's the reason why so many good coaches are not getting inquiries. And it's something that I've struggled with myself over the years because I'm not a particularly outgoing guy. I'm not a particularly eccentric guy. I'm certainly more of an introvert. I find it difficult to share my life. I don't want to be on social media particularly, but I realise that's part of the job. And I see so many coaches in the same boat, not showing who they are. The audience can't vibe with them. And of course, because of that, the audience don't know them and they're missing out on connection. So what I wanted to talk today about, now we understand personal brand is a key consideration, is talking about some ideas that we can showcase that more. So with personal brand, just as a little recap, which might be helpful, let's think about where that falls into the sales funnel. If you don't know what I mean by sales funnel, we've got previous videos where we sort of go over that, why that's important, so you can sort of contextualize this. But it's really when someone's in your funnel, they're aware of you. We want to build up connection. A connection comes from showing your journey, showing who you are, you're like being relatable, and showing the authority side of things as well. Typically, we're only focusing on the authority. We want to make sure they get to know us. And this is actually quite easy to do once we know. And the reason we want to show all this sort of stuff is just to deepen the understanding. So we understand why that's not important. So why that is important and what happens when we don't show it. So some easy ways to show that is just to show your origin. So where did you come from? How did you get into coaching? So let's think of a timeline of you as an individual, you as a coach, where you are in this moment in time. And think back to your birth, right? You've got this timeline going in a linear line through space. And all we want to do within any sort of connection content is show a point in time, either the last 10 years, how you got into coaching, a point in time, this moment today, where you're going in the future, anywhere along that spectrum. And just telling a story is really helpful. It could be the time that you fell off during lockdown and you got in the worst shape of your life. It could be how you got into coaching. It could be why you love to coach. It could be your bodybuilding journey. It could be a time you want to quit coaching. It could be a time that you decided that this is the best thing, you're going to go all in on it. It could be the day you quit your job. It could be a million different things, and showcasing your experience with that. It could be talking about your struggles, the things that you've found difficult. It could be talking about the wins, the times you met your partner, the times you got a dog, the times you got a cat, the times you had a baby, all those things. And all it does is it deepens the connection with the people that are consuming that content. It's why we like social media influencers, it's why we like celebrities, we buy into them. And if you want to be maybe a bit more clinical about it, look at any TV show which looks at a sport team or something behind the scenes, where they do a behind the scenes of, let's say, F1 Drive to Survive, or they look at a Premiership football team, or my American viewers, Hard Knocks, where they go to an American football team. The fact that they're there and they get to actually build a connection with the players, the staff, you buy into them. And all of a sudden, your desire to see them do well is massively increased. F1 saw a huge upsurge in popularity, because think about F1. It's a faceless driver. It's all about the cars. We don't know the drivers. They're not necessarily the most charismatic of individuals. But when we can see the pit team, we've got vested stakes. We understand these people. We like them. We've got a connection there. We root for them. And it's the same what we want people to do for you as a coach. We want them to understand you, to know you. And this is going to come through on the content bits, like I just mentioned there. It's also going to come through on the stories as well. And where we can just showcase that we aren't just a coach. Because coaching should be probably the most boring thing about you. You should have more to you. I mean, I consistently show stuff which I find my day-to-day life. And I live a very boring life. And I still manage to show things. I'll show how much I love my Ninja coffee machine, how my energy drink obsession, my cats, me and my girlfriend doing things, me doing jiu-jitsu, all stuff which hasn't really got a relevance to my job as coaching or mentoring, but it allows people to get to know me. And for some reason people like that. Again, it baffles me. And that is probably the biggest criticism you'll hear of this stuff. My life's boring. Listen, you're an online coach. Your life is more boring than more exciting than 99% of people. It is certainly not boring. And one thing I would, just as a challenge here, just so you can think about, when you say your life is boring. So let's just say you get up in the morning, right? You get up in the morning, you have a coffee. What coffee do you have? Is it a coffee machine? You've spoken about that. You got a specific way you do it? Have you got a morning routine? Do you go to the gym in the morning? What do you listen to on the way to the gym? What are you training? Why do you go to the gym in the morning? What do you do after the gym? Do you listen to the podcast on the way home? What do you do? How does that look? Okay, when you're working, do you have any routines? I've got nicotine gum in front of me. I've got certain headphones. Why do I use that? What TV shows am I watching? What do I do for fun? What hobbies have I got? What do I really like? What do I really not like? All these things form part of your personal brand, right? And it's just a way of, again, deepening that connection. Once people have got that, they're going to speak to you. And let's be honest. Let's be really honest. I've been coaching for a long time now. Not one person has ever gone, Matt, that post on coaching that you did was just amazing. Then no one's ever responding to my stories like that. But what they are saying is, oh man, that coffee machine looks good. Or they'll agree with an opinion I put, or they'll laugh at a thing that I put up that was trying to be funny. And they'll say, oh, how was that thing? I was playing darts last night. People talk about that. People aren't going to talk to you about stuff. They'll talk to you about the sports that you like, the TV shows that you're watching, the music that you like, the holiday that you went on. They're not speaking to you about more coaching stuff. They can see that you coach. If you're doing your social media right, they can see that bit. But give them something else to connect with. Give them a human being in front of them. And this is why you'll see a lot of coaches who are, or were, PTs, really struggling going to that online space. They're like, well, everyone liked me when I was a PT. I was like, well, did you speak to people? Did you show them you? Did you talk about what you did at the weekend? Did you show your hobbies? Did you have something to talk about? They're like, yeah. I was like, do you show any of that online? They're like, nope. I was like, maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason there. So as much as I hate this next statement that's going to come out of my mouth, think more influencer. How can I be a little bit more influencery? And not in the sense that we need to be fake or anything like that. We think of the worst of influencers. But just document your life. Gary Vaynerchuk says it best, document, don't create. So just show people what you're doing. On a daily basis, show some stuff that's non-fitness related alongside the rest of the stuff you do. Showcase your hobbies, what you find funny, what you believe in, your opinions, and see that connection deepen with people. You'll really, really see a difference. And if you can do that for a period of time, you're going to be deepening that connection, increase the know, like, and trust. You're going to be more relatable, you're going to be more likable, and I guarantee you will see an uptick in people's connection with you and relationship. Now, the key here, the danger of personal brand is because you have a lot of mentors talking about this. It's just a key part of your business. It's not the entirety of your business. A lot of people hear personal brand and they think they need to be something rather than just being themselves. The key with personal brand, like I said at the start, is being the same person online that you are offline. Nothing more, nothing less, just the same person. You don't need to be someone else. And I think that's where people go wrong. They think, oh, I need to be a social media influencer. I need to be a celebrity. I need to be something. And they'll wear a mask for that. They'll be someone they're not. And that's impossible to maintain because you're not being you. And I've seen this downfall. Or they create all their content like they're trying to be an influencer. There's no substance anymore. It's all style. That's not what we're suggesting. We're saying a proportion of your content to showcase who you are, to allow for your potential clients to connect with you. If you can do that, and you can just be a human being, and again, my advice is just be human, you will get a great connection. Do not try and be someone fake, someone wearing a mask, if you're not a natural, funny person, don't try and put on a sense of humor. If you're trying to give people what you believe they want, that's inauthentic. Authenticity is the key here. So whoever you are, and I have a lot of kind of pushback from clients where they say, I don't want to be me. I don't want to not be me. I'm like, no, you be you. Just actually be you. Not be this sterilized version of you that you're not showing. Show the real version of you, right? And I'm not saying if you've got some weird political views and offensive things, maybe keep that to yourself. Get therapy. But just be who you are. And it will make so much difference. Just don't make that your sole focus. So in a tactical implementation side of things, show your origin story. Show the bits of you that are relatable. Show the struggles, show the wins. Show things in your story that aren't fitness related. Show things that make them a theme of what you do. Allow people to get to know you. And I guarantee you it will see an uptick in your business over the next 3 to 6 months by doing so. People want to deal with people. Give them someone to like, right? And also, on that note, just to be clear, you're not trying to make everyone like you. The right people will find you. Similar to your friendship group, you're not going to be friends with everyone. That's not how life works. But if you are you, authentically you, you're much more likely to get the right people, your dream client, your type of psychographic will find you, and they will like you, and they will work with you. But you're giving people much less of a chance to sign up with you if you're only being this sterilized version of yourself, or a version of yourself that never shows you as a human. So just please show this, and it will make all the difference to your business. It really, really will. And from a personal level, since I've started to do that, and this is again not something that comes naturally to me, it really isn't. If I didn't have a job in social media, I wouldn't use it, I don't think. I think I'd have a private profile and keep myself offline. So this does not come naturally to me. But I realised that in order to help more people, I need to showcase myself more, and that's totally fine. I'll take that trade every single day of the week. So I really do hope this helps provide some understanding and tactical implementation of what we can go and do to build that know, like, and trust with our audience to increase our business and avoid that pitfall that so many evidence-based coaches fall into by just being like, oh, I'm just the coach, can't be fun, show you. So like I said at the start, guys, if you do find this type of content educational, informative, useful, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. So click that subscribe button. If you want to see more of my education, we've got Physique Collective, which is a school group for training, nutrition, PEDs. In my opinion, me and Joe have created the best website on the internet for this. So check that out. And I've also got my academy for coaches with the Strong Coaching Academy, which is designed for coaches to become better coaches and build their business. And the links are below, including the links to my sponsors. But really, once again, thank you for listening to this on podcast, watching this on YouTube, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much.